split transformation is very simple. If you want to split the data, is data something like this, you want to split it. For example, this flow, you take it. It is very easy to understand this flow. I have the EMP table, for example. I want to push EMP10 data into one table, EMP20 data into another table, EMP30 data into another table. Then we can able to split it based on the some condition we're splitting it. Okay. Some reason you have, let us say, different countries data we have in one of the flat file or one of the database. Some reason you want to push one country data into one table, another country data into another table, another country data into another table, then this kind of split transformation will be helping you out. Or you want to separate the failed transactions and succeeded transactions, you want to separate it. You're working for the banking system and you want to separate failed and succeeded transactions. Then we can go on, we can say, okay, the payment due date, okay, column will be there in our database, and also the created or not column will be there. If created is succeeded is available on the payment due date, then you can say as succeeded record. On the payment due date, the under the status succeeded, you are not seeing it, you're seeing something else flag. It may be pending, it may be failed, it may be something like that. Then we are going to push into the another one. So there is some reasons are available why you are loading or why you are separating the data into two or more places. Two or more places. All pending transactions who are not paid the bills, credit card bills and all will be coming into one separate report. If it's coming into one separate report, then our sales executives may be calling to them and requesting them to please pay the amount, something like that. Okay, so we do have our own reasons why you need to go for the split transformations based on some condition. We want to divide one table data into multiple tables data. If that is the case, we are going here, we can go and we can use split transformation, we can use it. Okay, very easy to use it. Let us go and try to do this. Now we are going to the here, then data flows, we are trying to create it, new pipeline. Right. Now we are trying to give the name of this as pipeline 17, and we're trying to create a data flow for the purpose of split transformation learning purpose. We are doing this one. Split transformation learning purpose, we are doing it. Now I want to take a data flow. Let us go and try to take the data flow first. So we take in the data flow, and this data flow corresponding uh, name you want to provide here. I'm providing the data flow corresponding name is split transformation. I'm trying to implement here. Then go to the settings and we have to select the data flow from the drop down. But I don't have anything drop down because split transformation I did not implement it as of now. Go and try to create a new one. Click on the new, then data flow window will be opening. Separate window it is. As this window you don't want it, this window you don't want it, close it so that confusion will not be there. Now this is the window where we have started our pipeline. From this window to new data flow we created. So we got the second window, we got it. We need to select here some source. You have to select it, add the source. The source is equal to, we are selecting as EMP table, we are going to select it. Let's say data set. The data set is, I think I have EMP table. Let's see, is it there or not? You can notice DS, DF, SRC, EMP table is available. I'm going to use this one. Okay. Now I would like to go for, this is the source. I want to use here split transformation. I want to use it. I want to use here split transformation. Let's go and try to introduce here split. Split is falling under multiple inputs and outputs or not? Yes. So go and try to take it. Split is nothing but conditional split. We are trying to select here conditional split. Then what is the condition we have to specify here? We have here output stream name. Let me minimize this one. Let me maximize this one. Now we have here output stream name is split one. Input is coming as source one. Split on first matching condition. Split condition is we have to specify here what is the condition of this one. Okay, suppose I'm trying to store a department number 10 data in one place, so I'm saying as D10. That corresponding condition we have to go and we have to build here, open expression builder. Then we can say as a DPT number column is equal to, then we are saying as a 10. Save and finish. Now type mismatch. Okay, okay, assigning it is going. Here equal to means we have to write here 2 times equal to symbol. Okay, other tools sometimes we used to use only one equal, right? By habit we may write here one equal, but here in the area of equal to means 2 times you have to write the equal. One equal you are writing means it is the assignment. It is the assignment. Now we want to go for second one. I want to go and try to click on here plus symbol. Then second row we got it. This one we are saying as D20. This condition we are trying to specify as D bit number 20. We are specifying it. Suppose a record is not falling under 10, not falling under 20, I want to treat that as a D30, I want to treat it. Then I can go and I can write here D30, you can write it. So rows that do not meet any condition will use this output stream. Okay, first it is going to try to check for the D bit number 10, it is going to check. If it is available, then it will go and try to push into that corresponding flow. It's failing here, then it comes here. If it is passing here, then it will send the corresponding flow. Both the conditions are failing, then it will come to where? Both the conditions are failing, then it comes to where?
D30.
D30. Correct. Let's go and try to see now how to design the corresponding flows here. Now we can observe, now we got here 3 flows, we got it. One is D10 flow, D20 flow, D30 flow. D10 corresponding, you can go on, you can put here one sink, you can put it. So we are trying to put here one sink. And for this sink, we can go on, we can attach one table, you can attach it. Let us say I'm attaching here sink. Then we are trying to say data set. This data set, if you don't have, means you can create the new one. Then select here SQL server, then click on continue. And we can provide here name. Let us say I'm trying to provide it is we are doing as a data set, and it is for the data flows purpose we are doing, and we are learning here split, we are learning as part of that one dbit number 10 data we are trying to store it. So emp10 I am providing something like this. Okay, you can provide here linked service as something like this. Then this table as of now it's not available in the runtime. We have the plan of creating this one. Go and try to provide it. Then click on here none, click on OK. We mapped here a data set, the data set backend mapped with the one table. Now similar job you do for rest of the things also, you try to do it. For example, second case also we are trying to select here and select here sync whatever available. Then make this as a 20 corresponding one. So go to the new, then select here SQL server, then click on continue, then provide here this name. Okay, this is I am providing as 20 I am providing. Then select here linked service,
So,
table names. Yeah,
Ram,
yeah,
question. Just I'll
yeah,
ask you here on the screen. So, is it also possible to write it in the same table with all this split as well? Basically, like if I have partition table as a source, internally the database is going to do the work. For some reason, I want to have a split the way you are doing, but can it all go to the same table? That's question one. Question two is, for department 10, I want to go to the table. Department 20, I want to go to CSV file, for example. Is that possible?
yeah. Okay,
Okay.
let us to go for two cases here.
Yeah.
Case one, you are asking that target table is partitioned. Okay,
Mhm.
we have the different partition already in place. Then you can be able to pass 10 into the 10 partition, 20 into 22 partition, something like that. You're asking first question.
Right.
That yeah, that is directly not possible here because partition recognition is not there.
Okay, got it.
Okay, now that is not possible. First case. Case two.
Yeah.
Flat file. Yes, flat file is possible. Let us configure next one in the flat file. We will configure it. Okay, this is let it go 20. Now
Yeah.
next one, for example, third one, we want to pass into the flat file, for example, here. So then let me take here sync first. Then the sync is corresponding to flat file corresponding source. Go to the new. Then we want to go for the flat file, which is part of our blob. So select here
Mm.
Azure blob. Then select here, we want to go for flat file. Then this flat file is name is I'm giving something like this EMP30. Then select here linked service as our linked service is this one. Then select the where you want to store it. Basically, we want to go to the container input, some input, right? It is. Let us go for output then. Okay, output is not there. Okay, let it be anywhere. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
container. Then we are going for here retail. Then in the retail, we are trying to store this one. Okay, for
Yeah.
example, in this location, we want to store it.
Yeah.
So this name of the file I am trying to decide now as this is dot .csv. We are deciding it.
Yeah.
Then select this first row as header. Then import schema is not applicable for this one. Click on none.
Yeah.
Click on OK.
Yeah.
So that's how we can able to configure it. These two are configured for the databases. This one is configured for the flat file.
This is pretty nice. Very useful, actually.
Yeah, yeah. So now if you go and try to run this one, it will be takes the data from three departments data from here based on the condition. It will be splitting and it will be pushing into the other places. It's not a new. Almost all the ETL tools has this kind of feature. Okay, even Informatica directly the same name we have it. There we used to call it as a split transformation. Here the name is slightly different. Conditional split they are saying. Okay, there we are saying a split or router. We are saying router, ROUTR router. If you go and try to type here Informatica router transformation, Informatica router transformation. This is what the router transformation how it looks like. So what I'm trying to say is a common any ETL behavior. Here you observe one source is going here. This is a source. Output we are taking from here. Here also you can take it, right? So many outputs you can able to take this image. This image is much clear, I think. So in this image, this is the input. How many red lines are going here? Three red lines are going. That means three targets we are trying to take it here. Am I clear? So this is a
Yeah.
common feature. Most of the ETL tools will be supporting it. Maybe slightly name terminologies here and there slightly changes, but features wise, functionalities wise, all are same. Okay, I am publishing it. Let me publish it. So publishing error. Where is the publishing error? Source one linked services self-host integration time is not supported. Okay, fine. Okay, this is the one more bad thing actually. Data flows as of now is not supporting the self-hosted integration runtime is not supporting. If you want to be, if you want to do the data flows, you want to do it. If you want to do the data flows, you want to do it. You have to use the uh, Azure integration runtime. We have to use it. Self-hosted integration runtime is not going to support it. Why it is choosing self-hosted is because it selected a source as SQL Server. The SQL Server is working based on the self-hosted integration runtime. Okay, and even this target also is selected as a self-hosted. It's using this also is going to use self-hosted. This is a problem. So there is no option for you. You need to this kind of situations you want to face. Still, you have the SQL Server only input is available, and you want to push into the other SQL Server. You have to push it. Then again, you have to go back to my copy activity how I shown previously, right? For like this, you maintain three flows in the same pipeline. You maintain three flows. You maintain it, and maintain the condition also. Okay, only 10th data push here, 20 data push here, 30 data push it, but you have to maintain different flows. You have to maintain it. Got my point? Okay. Let us go and try to change this one. As of now, the source is I don't want to go with this SQL Server. If I point this one to the Azure SQL database, it will work. For example, I'm going for, let us say, new. Then we are trying to select here Azure SQL database. This is Azure SQL database. Then click on continue. Then linked service, we're selecting this. Then try to provide the name. Okay, name is not this. Okay, some name we provided. Table name, I think EMP table may be available in the beginning classes you created. I am selecting EMP as a source. Now click on here, okay. Now if I try to click on validate, the source side, it won't show any error message now. See here, validate source side, it's not showing error message because I selected here Azure SQL database. Azure SQL database runs with the Azure integration runtime, not self-hosted. These two things making trouble. Let us go and try to select this and change this also. Instead of SQL server, change the Azure SQL database. If you want, you can go for the new. Now go for Azure SQL database. Then click on continue. Maybe down the line versions they may support this one, but at this point of time we don't have. Now select here linked service. Then go and try to edit DBO. Then EMP10 I'm giving. Now click on OK. Click on none first. Click on OK. Now if you try to validate, one more error message maybe decreases here. Now we have only error message for sync 2. Now sync 2 corresponding is this one. This also we have to change it basically. So we are trying to change this one. Go to the new. Then we are trying to select here Azure SQL database. Then continue. Now we are trying to store here EMP20. We want to store it. Select here the linked service. Then select here DBO. Then EMP20, for example. Now click on here none. Click on OK. Now, if you go and try to validate now here, then this error message also will not be there. Now it is error free. You can go and you can publish it. Okay, we are trying to publish all these things we are publishing. Now after that, if you want to run it, you can run it. I'm not running at this point of time. I think you understand the flow, right? Do you want me to run?
Yeah, good.
Okay, right. Now that's what the split transformation, how it works. Now let us move on to the next one that's called as. So like this, you have to run it and you observe the succeeded. Then go and try to see in each table respective data we got it or not. You are trying to observe it. Okay, right. Now next we have here lookup. In the lookup, let us go and try to observe how we can able to get the relevant data. For example, I have the EMP table is available. I have the DEP table is available. From the DEP table, I want to look up the D name as well as location I want to look up. D name as well as location or only D name I want to look up. How we can do that one. Let's go and try to do that pipeline. So let me close this. Let me close this. Let's go for lookup transformation.